let's grab this story from the Post Millennial. Head of New York FBI field office resigns after DOJ says office hid Epstein documents. Quote, late Friday, I was informed that I needed to put my retirement papers in today, which I just did. So this was tough. Before Trump froze all aid to Ukraine, we were like, yo, we got a huge breaking story. The head of the FBI field office has resigned. The story last week was that Pam Bondi was informed by a whistleblower that the New York field office was sitting on thousands of documents related to the Epstein case and evidence and withheld that from the attorney general so that they could not be released to the public, covering up Epstein, as it were. Now the dude's being forced to resign. Of course, within like 20 minutes of us being like, it's a big story. Trump freezes aid to Ukraine. And we're like, whoa, what's going on? So this is also a massive story. I don't know what involvement this guy had, but many people have pointed out that the Southern District of New York Attorney's Office and the FBI field office have been 100% anti-Trump, targeting him, targeting his lawyers, his personnel, and saying, quote, dig in when Donald Trump got elected. So now that we're seeing that he's being forced out, one would wonder, why are they withholding Epstein documents? I believe they are. I don't trust this New York branch. Let me read a little bit of this. There's a bit of context here. Top FBI official in New York was forced to resign. James Denny, a Marine Corps veteran who joined the FBI following September 11th, informed colleagues, late Friday, I was informed I needed to put in my retirement papers, which I just did. I was not given a reason for this decision. In the letter, he expressed regret over the sudden nature of his resignation and praised his coworkers as an office of professionals who will always do the right thing for the right reasons. Yeah, that's code, right? His exit is that sounds like code right there, right away. They would always do the right thing for the right reasons.
Well, by that rationale, the wrong things become the right things if it's done for the right reasons.
In fact,
lie, cheat, and steal if they have to.
The question I have to that quote, which is interesting in his letter, is why would law enforcement obliged to operate within the law need to do the right thing for the right reasons? Is there an implication? The implication is one of two things. Other FBI officers are deeply corrupt, but only his is not, or he expects them to act out of line with what the FBI is charged with doing for what they perceive as you said, Viva, the right thing, doing the wrong thing, as it were. Today, we find ourselves in the middle of a battle of our own as good people are being walked out of the FBI and others are being targeted because they did their jobs in accordance with the law and FBI policy. The release of the Epstein files did not go as planned last week. Oh, boy. Certainly not. So we still have not gotten anything. It's been a weekend. We have no Epstein documents. Have there been any updates on
I haven't heard anything
nothing.
at all.
I heard, well, apparently from our chat last night, I don't know what day it is anymore, on our Sunday show, Alex Jones had been reporting that they were seen taking boxes out of the SDNY field office of the FBI.
Heard those rumors.
And everybody who doesn't know that the SDNY is the second most, if not tied for the first most corrupt district in America. The other most corrupt judicial DOJ district would be DC. My concern is I don't think they're necessarily not disclosing anything. I don't think the documents exist anymore in the possession of that field office. And I think they're probably with whoever was doing the extortion scheme from the beginning. So
yeah,
you might never see them.
You guys really expect me to believe that Trump got elected and the New York field office said, let's just put our feet in his boxes and hold them for a little while and see what happens? Nah. If they had documents, which I doubt they kept this long, the moment Trump got elected, they were like, where's the incinerator?
Mm-hmm. Can I tell a little story? I'm going to tell a little story.
All right.
I'm going to preface it by saying I don't believe in coincidences, okay? So I was a furniture mover for 10 years in the town of Chester, New York. And one morning on the way to work, at the diner, there were pictures of 4 missing men. Mexican men. I was like, that's crazy for 4 men to go missing. They were abducted by a guy named Nicholas Tartaglione, okay? Former cop. Turns out some drug deal gone wrong. He killed them, buried them on a pig farm in New York. Remember, that's Chester, New York, okay? Nicholas ends up going to federal prison. He's given a cell phone one day when he's put into a new jail cell. His cellmate was Jeffrey Epstein. After he got that cell phone randomly, he beat up, supposedly, Jeffrey Epstein, right? And then Epstein was moved into that new place where whatever happened. Yeah, very, very, very bizarre. James Dennehy, this guy up here, is from Chester, New York. That's just a very odd connection. New York is a very big place, and Chester is a very small place. And just the odds are... All I'm saying, I don't know about that. Maybe there's a connection there. Maybe I'm undiagnosed schizophrenic. But I think Nicholas Tartaglione needs to be looked at and kept safe by Kash Patel. He's been moved from prisons secretly. My friend Jessica House and Habit Substack is like one of the only journalists actually talking to him. They tried taking his life recently. That guy.
This is the guy that is believed was trying to kill Epstein for.
That's what they say. He says it's not the story.
The super muscular guy.
The jacked guy who became a drug dealer after being a cop in New York. That guy, I think, knows something. And the Chester connection's weird to me. The federal prison Epstein connection's obviously weird to me. And he's still out there, and they're shuffling him around the country right now.
Do we not believe that he was the one who actually Epstein?
He says the story. Well, no, Epstein was alone when Epstein supposedly went.
Sure, he was.
Yeah, right. He was with other people. But Nicholas was not with him at that point.
Okay,
Nicholas
he was definitely with the person who
They
was
said
killing
Nicholas
him.
beat him up, but Nicholas
Right.
says that wasn't the case.
I mean, look, we're all speculating because
Yeah.
we really don't know. Security guards fell asleep. The camera broke.
Sure
Come
they
on.
did.
Sure, right?
Yeah.
But this guy's placed in a cell with Epstein, and then Epstein gets beat up. And come on.
He got a cell phone randomly, and one of the most corrupt prisons, I think, is actually shut down already. I think that prison, the federal
Sounds to
prison's
me
gone.
like this guy was sent in to take Epstein's life the first time and screwed up.
Yes. Maybe. Or they use him as a patsy. Like,
Yeah.
To use him to get the
guards
Epstein
did it.
along.
The guards
You know?
that fell asleep, are they still alive?
They're still alive. They got demoted
Yeah.
or shuffled around. No, I think the prison is still open.
I think they closed it.
it's where P. Diddy is now.
Oh, is it? I thought they closed it down. There was an article from a few years ago that said it was shut down.
No, I'm fairly certain it's where P. Diddy
Shocking.
is. And Tim, it's not guessing. Epstein did not. Epstein did not kill himself. Period. It's impossible. Set aside the coroner who said that his neck injuries were more likely that of pressure compression than from hanging, or he's still alive. That's the other.
Yeah, Megyn Kelly said on her show recently, we may soon hear from Epstein himself. And many people took that to imply she was saying she has reason to believe he's still alive. I think she's saying there's audio recordings
Probably.
of things that he said because he recorded everything. But
He's alive.
you think he's alive?
I think he's going to do his spaces with Mario Narwhal, whatever his name is.
and McAfee.
Yeah, McAfee's definitely coming back. In this season, the way things are going, McAfee's coming back. McAfee might be hunting. Epstein right now.
I disagree because the way things were going into 2020, it was very sci-fi dystopian.
Yeah.
And then with Biden, it was like Veep, but like there was very bad stuff that was happening. This season is more West Wing. It's more a serious Trump cutting the BS, securing things. This is more of an action thriller presidency. So maybe there's like some spies and some stuff, but this looks more like a drama this time around. Whereas the past two, like last season, may have been a comedy.
It feels like House of Cards. All that I have to say is like on Friday, I think Pam Bondi was the happiest person on earth because of the Zelensky incident, and now at least people stopped talking about her at least for 24 hours.
Yeah.
This is seemingly good news in that it might confirm what the story was from last week, which nobody believed. It will not answer to the fact that it was implausible to begin with that Pam Bondi could have believed she had the entire file.
Yeah, this will make up if there's something here. I think there is. I think
Was Thomas-
that part is that part of the FBI field office is corrupt for sure.
As the day is long.
And this can make up for the way that I didn't really like the way they rolled out that walk of shame for the influencers. Not that I'm mad at the influencers.
No,
but
I
thought the
felt-
White House
No, that was
set them up.
That was an
Well,
absolute.
We're going to print out binders and let you walk out in front of the whole press.
And they could have walked him out any other exit.
There's like 3 other places.
They had him walk out right through where all the press was.
The GOP official sign was rickrolling people. Come on.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Come on.
It's ridiculous.
Look, I don't want to steel man that which doesn't deserve a steel man, but they might have been making what they thought was a commentary, like, look how the deep state just rickrolled these journalists and the joke got misinterpreted. But they didn't take it down when every single reply to it was, it's not too late to delete this, and they refused to delete it.
It was a horrible idea to do that. The rollout was terrible. It's unfortunate. It was an unforced error. It was a terrible idea. Nobody is happy with that at all.
It almost seems like they sabotaged some of these people.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm mad at the White House for doing
Like,
it. Whoever at the White House did that.
Haya Rychik is getting roasted by left and right.
Yeah.
Because she was like doing a little shuffle dance while smiling and laughing with the Epstein binder, which turns out to have nothing in it. Yeah. So I'm seeing like big, prominent conservatives and liberals, like a bunch of liberals started making fun of her playing the video. This is libs of TikTok for those that don't know.
Yeah.
I don't care that she did that. She's walking out and she's waving a binder around. It's no big deal. But I'm seeing a lot of pro-Trump people being like, this is gross.
Well, the thing, like Pam Bondi was already, there were a lot of people that were critical of Pam Bondi in the first place because of her red flag law stance and stuff like that. So she was already like, people were like, I don't know. So to do this and have this as happened so early in her tenure, and there's a lot of people that were just like, this is awful, she's bad, blah blah blah.
Was Bondi AG of Florida while Epstein?
She was AG as of 2011. The plea deal was in 2008. So she had minimal involvement, very little responsibility, if any. I had Liz Wheeler on Friday. Her explanation makes everything make sense. Where when they were holding that binder with their smiling, what they were in theory thought they were doing was just poking, needling the legacy media that was not invited to this meeting. The meeting was never supposed to be about the Epstein documents to begin with, pre-scheduled, and so they come on like, haha, you're the old media now, we're the new media, and it was not about the binders. So I say it's sort of.
They also didn't know it was in them because they were told not to open them. Wait, they're under embargo. I do want to stress that despite the embargo, some people leaked it anyway.
Yeah,
but that was really, so. Look,
I was told that they knew that they were told there's no no smoking gun in it, but they were under embargo until 3:30.
That's not what I heard. Okay, the people that I spoke to said that they were told these are the phase 1 release, but don't show anything in the binders until after we do our announcement. And I think what they wanted the UK to do the press junket or whatever with Starmer, and they didn't want the Epstein thing to come out with a big splash until after they were done. I don't necessarily believe that. What I can say is it's absolutely hilarious working in this industry, guys. When I get contacted, of course, Mike Cernovich already said he called me and talked to me. I'm a big fan. Mike Cernovich is absolutely fantastic. And I talked with a couple of other people there because like literally everybody who walked out is a friend of the show who's been on the show. And everybody just said the same thing. You know, I told them like, look, I've been seeing this letter going around. Like, right, yeah, but you can't share it. It's under embargo. And I'm like, you got it. So I'll wait. And then other people just leaked it because they don't care. They don't care. And I'm like, that's nice guys finish last, man.
I also had that letter, and I'm like, I didn't even know if I could disclose that there was an embargo because I thought that might reveal the fact that there was an embargo. So I'm like, okay, I'll wait. I don't care to be first. I just don't want to.
And then it leaked, and you were like,
no, I couldn't have cared less. Everyone will know they can trust me. No, but my understanding was that they were told in advance. There's nothing new in here, but the breaking story is this letter, which is confirming that the SDNY is withholding information, not cooperating with AG's Bondi's orders.
They may have said that to some of the people, I suppose. From the people I talked to, they said they were just handed the binders with little or no context. They didn't know what was happening, and they were told we're going to be releasing more. And the letter, I believe, was in the front when you open it. Basically, the letter saying there's more documents coming, and then upon talking with some people involved, they were like, there is somewhat new information, but it's like what is new is meaningless. It's just it's not what we want. It's not incriminating. It's not a smoking gun. So
it's meaningless from the Kalshi market definition of the bet or the investment, which was there was no newly previously unclassified document that was declassified, but what was new was there's AG Bondi is reprimanding the SDNY for apparently concealing and protecting for a child.
I don't think we're getting it.
I don't think we're getting it, but I do like this implication that they're going to be firing people. I mean,
oh yeah,
I don't think that I'm in agreement with Tim. I don't think that they're gonna produce anything that makes any kind of significant impact. But I do think that this is going to be a great excuse to just get rid of people that are corrupt, get rid of people in the.
If this exposes like a web of corruption, that's great. And I want to say about this guy, I listened to 2 podcasts he did on the way over, and he is like he pro DEI and FBI type of guy. What you read earlier, Tim, about him having this battle against the Trump administration, and he also did another thing about with state troopers in New York talking about booster outreach. So he's clearly of a certain type of political persuasion that thinks he's doing the righteous thing. And so in their mind, what we see as corruption, they see as righteousness.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.